Good morning, boys and girls. Time for Fundations, May 7th, 2020. It is story time, so we have a new story. First thing we're going to do is review our vowel teams, go over our new trick words, and then we have a new story to read.
Fundations vowel teams. A, I, bait, A. Y, play, A. E, jeep, E. A, eat, E. P, E. I, coin, oi. Boy, oi. A, boat, E, toe, W, snow, W, plow, ow. U, trout, ow. U, soup, ooh. School, ooh. Blue, ooh. Rescue, U. Chew, ooh. August, aw. Saw, aw.
All right, let's take a look. Our new trick words that we went over yesterday are any, many, how, now, down. Any, many, how, now, down. All right, as I promised, we have a new story to read. And it's an interesting one. Let's see how we can scoop it and read it fluently. The title of the story is The Skunk. The kids were camping by the small pond. They each had to do a job that was on a long list. Some of the jobs were fun. 2 kids had to put up the flag, which was the best task of all. Then the kids went for a swim and sat on the grass in the sun. Next, the kids went on the big swings that were down at the end of the camp. At last, the day was over. They went into the tent and slept. The kids sat up one by one. "It stinks," said the kids. "We smell a skunk." The kids ran out of the tent in a rush. What did they see? A skunk was on the stump. Help! The kids were fast. They ran back into the tent and hid. The skunk did not go in, so they rested at last. Well, there's a lot of things to look at here in the story, and a lot of things to talk about. The first thing let's talk about is the main characters. Now, I heard some of you say the skunk, and you're right. The skunk is one of the main characters, and you got it, the kids. So we have the skunk and the kids. Where does the story take place? You're right, at the camp. All right, now I need somebody to tell me about the beginning of the story. The kids were camping. All the kids had, you got it. Everybody had a job. Which job was the best? You're right, putting up the flag. The kids went for a swim in the middle of the story. And then finally they went to, you got it, they went to bed. And then at the end of the story, they ran into you guessed it, a skunk, but they were able to go back in the tent. The skunk didn't follow, and they were able to go to sleep. Let's take a look here at the ending of the story. I see some of those punctuation marks that we talked about at one point. You're right, exclamation marks. We have exclamation marks here because the kids exclaimed, "It stinks," right? And then we have exclamation marks here because they say, "We smell a skunk." And then the kids also yell right here, "Help." So we have exclamation marks again. Now we have a lot of things in the story. So before we start looking at the things, let's try it one more time. See if you can read it with me this time. The skunk. The kids were camping by the small pond. They each had to do a job that was on a long list. Some of the jobs were fun. Two kids had to put up the flag, which was the best task of all. Then the kids went for a swim and sat on the grass in the sun. Next, the kids went on the big swings that were down at the end of the camp. At last, the day was over. They went in to the tent and slept. The kids sat up one by one. "It stinks," said the kids. "We smell a skunk." The kids ran out of the tent in a rush. What did they see? A skunk on the stump. "Help!" The kids were fast. They ran back into the tent and hid. The skunk did not go in, so they rested at last. All right, well, let's take a look. I know a lot of you are going to tell me that you see lots of trick words, and you're absolutely right. We have lots of trick words in here. We have lots of several different things. And I went through, it took me quite a while, and I found lots of the different things inside the story. So if you take a look, here is the skunk. And look at some of the markings that I made. Now, I couldn't do markings necessarily with a marker or a highlighter or a pencil, but I did do some markings by turning some different things some different colors. Who thinks they know what all the purple words are? You guessed it. The purple words are the trick words. Who wants to guess what anything that is blue shows us? You are right. We have CH, TH, TH. Okay. Anything that is blue, those are digraphs. And a digraph, we only hear one sound, right? Those are digraphs. Now, what do you think is red? What did I do red markings for? Absolutely right. Red markings show us blends. I can hear the M and the P, camp. I can hear the N and the D, pond. I can hear the S and the T, list. So those are blends. Oh, I heard somebody yell out light green is a glued sound. You're right. We have ing, all, ong, all. Glued sounds. Now, this dark green shows us, you got it, double letters. See if we have anything different over here. Nope. So I'm going to put this in your Google Classroom today, and I would really like you to read this story to someone. These are all words that you know. I read it once. We just read it once together. These are all concepts that you know, and you should be able to read this to someone else. Thumbs up. Take your time. I know some of you are probably looking and saying, "Oh, I see another trick word," or "I see another this," or "I see another that." Okay, friends, good luck.